Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah if you're new here, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video. I'm going to be doing a camera review because I just got a brand new camera and I'm going to be shooting all of my content on it. If you guys are not already following me on Instagram and TikTok, my username is @HannahWhirling, and let's get started. So the camera that I got is the Fujifilm X-S10. I absolutely love it. It does all the things that I needed to do, and I will get into all of the features in just a second. Before I had gotten this one about a month ago, you may have seen on my Instagram stories, I got the Sony A6600 and I was super excited for it. It had all of the features that I wanted, and ideally it seemed like a perfect camera, but there were a lot of little things that ended up making it so it just didn't work for me, and I actually ended up returning it after 31 days. I returned the camera and I got this one instead for almost exactly the same price. So for the Sony A6600, I used it for absolutely everything. It had all of the features that I wanted and it seemed like the ideal camera. I used it for photos and it looked great, but then for video I was getting this really weird like green tint. I just could not deal with the color. For every single video that I shot, I had to like bring it into Premiere, I had to color correct it, it wouldn't look right out of the camera. I just could not get rid of this green tint. I tried everything. I tried white balance, I tried using LUTs on it, I tried editing it just straight up for the color in like the Premiere timeline, and literally nothing could get rid of it. Even if I could get the skin tone right, there would be like green all around the edges of the frame, and I was just really unhappy with that, especially because for me, for like Instagram, for TikTok, I really want my feed to look consistent and a consistent color, and any little tiny change in the lighting just would completely mess up all of the coloring. It would never look the same. I couldn't get it to match, and it was really, really frustrating. So that was the first issue that I had with it. The second problem that I had is it did have a flip up screen, which is something that I need, especially when I'm filming for TikTok, because before that I was using a Fujifilm X-T3, which is actually what I'm shooting on right now, and the screen did not flip up, so shooting was really, really difficult. I had to mark myself, I had to go back, check the footage, and then come back, remark myself, and then continue shooting that way. The Sony seemed ideal because it did have that flip up screen, but instead of flipping out to the side, it would flip up. Up at the top was also where I needed to put my microphone for YouTube. So if I was filming YouTube, I had to like balance my microphone to the side. I couldn't just like hook it in and lock it in. It just was not an ideal situation. I was using two lenses. I used a 16mm on the Sony that I did not really like. It was super soft. Would not recommend using the 16mm Pancake Lens. The other one that I used for it was a 20mm, also Pancake Lens, and that one was a lot better, but I still wasn't 100% happy with it. I feel like with some of the Fuji lenses that I've used, I've just gotten crisper, cleaner images. I'm going to show you for my camera. This one does have a Pancake Lens on it. I have the Fujifilm 18mm on this one, which I really, really like, but it's really difficult to shoot for like YouTube, for example, because the autofocusing clicking is super, super loud. The one that I got with this one is the Fujifilm kit lens with the body, and that was the 18 to 55, I believe. Yeah, 18 to 55mm lens. It's a little bit bulkier, so you'll get a little bit more width coming out, so it won't be as compact, but I think that's okay, especially if you're shooting at home for TikTok or YouTube. The other thing with the shorter Pancake lenses, when it autofocuses, it's really, really obvious. It's not smooth. You can see that the lens is trying to focus up. I'm really happy with the 18 to 55. You guys can see how it looks right now because I'm shooting on that right now with the Fujifilm X-T3. Just to hop into some of the features that I love about this. So I tried the Canon M50 or M60. I tried a little bit of a lower level Fujifilm as well because they have a lot of really wonderful vlog cameras, and some of the issues that I was running into is that for slow motion specifically, so if you want to shoot really slow-mo stuff, which I do use for TikTok, it doesn't have autofocusing. So that was a feature that it was really, really difficult to find on something in the price range that I was looking for. So there's a lot of cameras you can get for like $500, $600, $800 that do absolutely everything else that you need except this one thing. So for slow-mo, I really needed to be able to use the autofocusing feature, and that just was not available on things like the Canon or the lower level Fujifilm, and I think even maybe some of the lower level Sony cameras as well. So this is the one camera that is lower than like $2,000 that you can get that has the autofocusing feature for the slow-mo. I really, really love the body. As you can see, it's very, very thin. It's significantly smaller than like the X-T3 or X-T4. It's significantly lighter as well. I would say it's very similar to the X-T30 Fujifilm body. It has an awesome grip. You can see right here, there's a lot of space for your hand to hold just because the body is so thin compared to like the X-T3 or X-T4. You do have the flip out camera, so it's really easy for vlogging. It comes out, you can protect it with this back protective piece. That was another issue on the Sony that I wasn't 100% about. So you can flip it out, flip it in, angle it however you need, which is amazing. This is really, really important to me so that I can make sure that I am focused up when I'm shooting. On the back, it has a really, really simple menu. It's literally just this button. They have the menu and the back, and that's it, which makes it super, super user-friendly. I absolutely love that. Then on the top, they have just the microphone attachment, all that. They have the spot for the battery. You can put in only one memory card compared to the X-T3 or X-T4, but that's okay. I literally never run out of memory. I was kind of hoping that they would have one of the silver ones, because for pretty much every Fujifilm camera, they have ones with a silver top and bottom, but I think just because this camera is so new, it doesn't have that. Another feature I love about the screen is not only is it bigger than the X-T3 or X-T4 or even the Sony, this is significantly bigger, I believe, than the Sony screen. It's also a touch screen. So this is pretty much everything. They do have a slot for the mic as well, and they also have an attachment that you can use for the microphone into their HDMI port on the side here. So one of the big reasons that I really wanted a Fujifilm specifically and not something from the Canon or the Sony line is because of the color presets that they have in this. I feel like the color science in the Fujifilm camera is just so much better than anything else I've seen. Really happy with the autofocusing features on this. I know that the Sony is a little bit faster and the Canon probably is as well, but this is pretty comparable unless you're doing something for sports specifically or you need something that's incredibly fast with autofocusing. This will do the trick. It does have eye tracking and face tracking, and you can even set which eye it's going to track, which is pretty amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this video is helpful in maybe figuring out what camera you want to get next. If you guys have not seen my other videos already, be sure to head over to my channel to do that, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!